Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Centerpiece Live.
Yeah, today we've got some exciting news. We actually are now we're going to be appearing, and we're actually turning this into a bit of a podcast in addition to the YouTube stream. So if you guys happen to have iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, I think there's another one. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name
wait,
of all of them. Yeah, Apple. No,
yeah,
Apple's going to take a little while. It takes I think it said it was going to take about a week for it to show up. And it might actually be that way with Spotify too. I went there last night and it showed up and then it went away and then it showed up again. So the notification says it takes about 24 hours for it to show up. So once it's there, it is in iHeart now. So that was actually pretty cool. We actually are on iHeart. I was actually listening to it today. So this is actually technically episode number 2
for the
of
for the
for the
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is technically episode number 2, and today we are going to be building live the Scout Trooper helmet, which is set number 75305. But before we get into that, I made a boo boo yesterday on the podcast or on the stream. Oh, I guess I guess technically it's both now. So we were talking about the space shuttle, and I referenced Columbia, the Columbia disaster. There was, I do believe, a Columbia disaster. However, that was not the one I saw live. The one I saw live was actually the Challenger disaster. So that was the one. I made a mistake when I was discussing that yesterday. Also, I did look it up, and we were asking, was there a space shuttle Enterprise? And there was not a space shuttle Enterprise. It was actually Endeavor. So got that cleared up, and we can move on. And the first thing that we've got out of the box today is going to be, if I can get the buttons clicked over here, there we go, the Scout Trooper. So if you want to go ahead and start opening that, you can. So this is 471 pieces, set number 75305. We talked about that briefly already. It's an 18 plus set, comes in the black box, comes with a nameplate. This is, for me, by far the coolest helmet that they've released. What do you think? Oh, you haven't built the Vader yet. That's true.
We haven't built the beta, so I don't want to exactly pick one
Yeah.
yet.
Well, for me, okay.
Like we have all of the first wave. This is like the second wave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know build wise if this one's better than Vader, but I do know for me, look wise, this is the
Yeah,
coolest one so far.
we,
Now this one and I think Boba Fett and the pilot
yeah, these actually came out April
are
of
my favorites.
2021.
Yeah. So, and on the front of the box, it's got the front view of the Scout Trooper. This thing is just really detailed, and I know there's been a couple of reviews done on this. Well, there's been several reviews done on this, but there are some complaints about some accuracy issues. And for Lego, I'm sorry, this is just a really cool looking helmet. The back of the box actually is pretty cool. So you get the side view or the 45-degree view versus the straight on view. But the back of the box on the bottom, it actually has some scenes from the movie. Which movie is this? Empire. The scene on the back of the box.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Okay.
This is the scene where the Scout Trooper is running after Anakin on. I mean, not Anakin. Leia on speeder bikes.
Okay.
Leia and Luke.
Oh, this is the Ewok movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, on the back of the box, it's got some scenes from the movie put in there, almost like little collector cards across the bottom, and then the center picture is just this really cool looking version of uh, of the Scout Trooper with the dimensions on it. The side of the box, not a lot going on there. It looks like pretty much all the others. It just has the trooper. Actually, I don't know what language that is. Trooper explorer. I guess that's supposed in some language that's like explorer or translates into scout, maybe. Um, the bust itself. Let's see. We can switch over here. There's there's that 3/4 view. And there it is from the other side, and then the straight on view. Um, and then there's one with a little bit more moody lighting, which is actually really cool. If you displayed this, once this gets up for display with the other bus that we have, this is actually going to be pretty slick.
Yeah, this set has a lot of stickers. A total of 15 stickers.
Oh wow!
This is a black box and an 18 plus set, and it has seven. I mean, not
Yeah,
700,
we did that already.
471 pieces.
Yep, we said that already.
Recap.
Yeah, recap. So the other thing, I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera over here so that everybody watching can see the build camera. So let's switch over and do that. There we go. So wait a minute, before you do that, show the instructions on camera because I always like the way they design some of these instruction booklets.
Is how like simplistic the instructions are. Like they aren't too busy. They're very simple.
How many pages are in this one?
Like 86 pages.
86 pages.
Not all of them are instructions. Though.
Yeah, some of them is the parts list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a couple pages of parts list. All right, awesome. So while you're building this today, because this would be an awfully boring podcast if you were just building and there was nothing actually.
Down the microphone, just like some ASMR.
Yeah, you're just sitting there and everybody's hearing all the clicks of the bricks. We're going to go through. Yesterday we discussed my wish list that I had on Lego.com, and as we were heading out of that podcast, we were talking about, okay, so what is your wish list? And you sent me a list of things that you said were on your list. And these are in no particular order,
No,
but we're going to discuss them.
I tried all Star Wars because that'd be pretty boring if I did.
Yeah, it's not boring. It's just cool to show some diversity in your choices here. So the first one that I'm pulling up is the 501st Battle Pack, and I know you already have this set. So is this an attempt to build an army, or what are we doing here?
So when I saw the first battle pack, I was a big fan of the Clone Wars, and I still am. So when I saw it, the first thing I thought was that I wanted to get like 10 of these or something and try to make like an army out of these 501st clones. I mean, it's like the perfect set. It has your battle droids, your clones, your ATRTs, your speeder bikes.
So how many okay, so there's what, two droids in here?
Yep.
Two droids. Now those droids, didn't they come in a couple other sets too? Or was it just this battle pack?
No, these actually Lego's been making this same droid ever since like 1999. Like they've never changed the design for the battle droid, and this is just the classic battle droid. It doesn't have any special printing like the AAT did that they released in 2020.
So this battle pack, I've seen a lot of other Star Wars or just Lego YouTubers in general that really like this battle pack. And it comes with what is it? It's an ATST, right?
ATRT?
RT, and then a speeder, correct?
Yep.
And then we got three clones, and then we have two droids. The droids, I've seen these. I thought I saw these in
Yeah, they come in everything. They're just like a classic battle droid. They don't
okay.
have any special printing.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was these exactly or if it was just other like newer versions of these, or older versions I should say, not newer. And let's see what else we got here. We got the play here. Okay, there's all your figures. So we got one, two, three, four clones.
Yep. So
Uh,
you're always gonna have like 2 times more clones.
well, this is interesting because these are not all identical either. So there's three of them. Three of them look alike, and then the one in the front that they're showing here actually has different printing on the helmet.
Yeah, it comes with 2 assault, 1 heavy, and then a jet trooper.
Okay, and but the three on the end look the same. How do you know that he's the? How do you know which one's the jet trooper? Is that the first one here with the different printing on the head?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then the heavy one is with the larger weapon, and the other two just have blasters.
So
Okay.
like actually said, Jet Trooper is not the one that came from Battlefront 2. It's actually the one from the Clone Wars TV show. So
Okay.
that's just something interesting that I thought I would note because
Pretty cool. All right. So we're going to move on. After the 501st, we have the Bad Batch shuttle. Okay. So the Bad Batch shuttle is not even out yet.
it is a pre-order thing, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's a pre-order thing, and I have mixed feelings about pre-orders because I like I guess I like the fact that you can pre-order it because they didn't used to do that. Yeah, it's a more recent thing, but at the same time, it doesn't there's no benefit other than
You don't
yeah, you're definitely going to get it. When you get it, who knows? But and that's the thing. So there's really no other than you're going to get it, and there's really no benefit to pre-ordering. I mean, you don't have to go into the store. I guess that's a benefit. Stand in line and try to get there early. Yeah.
be on the day it comes out because I know that'd be a mess. But if you wait like a week,
Now we really haven't talked about the Bad Batch shuttle very much.
absolutely love the Bad Batch. Okay, like
So
they brought Moochie and all that stuff in, and I was like, yes,
I like I like the shuttle, but I really dig some of these figures too.
yeah.
So
So I have custom new molds and everything. Like,
there's six figures with this thing.
well, Becca has the cool shoulder pads and the helmet,
Hmm. Yeah, that helmet's awesome.
and Donkey, call him in the show. He's also just chilling. I'm surprised he ain't included him.
There's a gonk. What's the one in the middle that I can't see very well right here?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, that's Tech.
Oh, it's tech.
Yeah, that's
Why has it got a green visor on it?
because he has a green visor.
I, I didn't really pay attention that much, I guess.
It's actually a mold that's exclusive to this set. They've never used that mold before.
Yeah, the helmet right here on Wrecker is just too cool. That is pretty slick.
Interesting. You know how like last time we were talking about how like all of the helmets are like that same cube that you build around?
Yeah,
Something with the Scout Trooper here. Like look at this. It's not a square. They broke the rules.
that is different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one
that is different. The other ones were very, very square.
too.
I don't know. I'm curious to see where this one goes now because this build is actually different. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast, um, in the last episode, we were talking about the helmets and how the base structure is very, yeah, it's almost a complete square. And when you're building it, it's a bunch of different colors of Technic and Lego, and you would never know that at the end of this thing that it's going to end up being a helmet. The the build for this one is very different. It's not a square. It's starting off. This is completely different than the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't look anything like the other one. So this is really really interesting right off the bat already. Um, Going back to the Bad Batch shuttle, so there were some complaints about the color in the show. I think
It's accurate to the show.
I
Show in most scenes it looks like it's a dark gray.
yeah, sometimes it looks dark gray. Sometimes it has a bluish tint to it, at least to my eyes, and I'm not colorblind that I'm aware of. But yeah, so I have no issues with the color. It's got two spring loaded shooters on it. It looks like one, two, yep, and oh, there they are. Oh, those are stud shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got both. So we got a spring. Yeah, we got a spring. I think that's is that spring load or is that just push?
That's
Okay, so that's a spring loaded shooter.
interesting.
It's got a stud shooter on it.
It's got stud shooters and spring loaded shooters, but something weird about this set is that's kind of like a super big battle pack. That's the weird thing about it because it has like
It
multiple side builds with
it
it.
almost is, yeah.
And
Yeah, and from the top down on this, now I didn't realize this when we were looking at it earlier. This actually opens from the top,
it's
and that whole piece comes off,
it's
or just it not comes off, but the top of it opens like you were opening a.
it's like the Imperial shuttle that came out this March. How if you like take off a clip, the entire roof opens.
Right, right, right. Yeah, the whole roof comes off. The compartment in the back and the cockpit, all one piece. It just rotates up and exposes the entire inside. So the inside has some playability on it. You can two minifigures in the back. You can get two minifigures in the cockpit. Um, so yeah, that's cool. The wings swoop up and swoop down. It comes with two speeders. One of them is green and one of them is gray. I think didn't they steal one of these or are these theirs? Because I thought one of the episodes they stole one of these. Yeah, I think so.
They stole the book speeder.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then we got some box art here. So we got one, two, three. Yeah, so we've got all the minifigures. This is a 9+ set, 969 pieces. This actually has more pieces than what you're building right now. It has more pieces than the helmet. So
Surprising.
I wonder. Yeah. So I mean this is actually super cool. I did not expect it to be kind of what you were saying. I didn't expect it to be like a battle pack, but it's like a large battle pack.
Yeah, it's like it's like they took the 501st Super Battle Pack and they made it like more super. It's like a mega battle pack.
So this one was on your wish list. Um, the 501st battle pack was on your wish list.
Yep.
I agree with both of those. And then the next one is a little bit deviates from the pattern here because this one is actually Speed Champions.
Uh,
Um,
I know we don't talk about it on this channel, but my brother he likes old cars, and I kind of got into it too after a while, after making fun of him for a while. But yeah, I absolutely love like these older vehicles, and when I saw that Lego like Speed Champions had these vehicles, like for example, this 19 I can't see the
the
1968 Chevy.
Corvette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw I saw a review on this set, and I just instantly knew that
Yeah, the 68
it's
Corvette,
this was the one.
midlife crisis car. This one, yeah, this one's got, it says it's a 1968 Corvette and a CAR race car. Um, this is the Speed Champions series. Now, Speed Champions, how long has Speed Champions been out? Is this new?
It's 2015.
Okay, because I was not familiar with this until you brought it to my attention. Speed Champions is new to me, and they keep making this kind of stuff. It would be really cool. Now, the other one, did you tell me they made a McLaren Speed Champions?
Yes.
Okay.
I was really tempted to put it on here, but
Is it an individual car or is it a pack like this? Okay. And for those of you listening out in podcast land, this is 76903 and it's an 8+ set, 512 pieces. It comes with two vehicles, and we've got a red Corvette and a gray C8R. I guess these are both Chevy. Yeah, it looks like they're both Chevy. Um,
Lego the only Speed Champions I'm interested in is 2020 through 2021 though, because that's when they started making the 6 stud and 8 stud wide cars for
oh, look
Speed
at the,
Champions.
yeah. So the back end of this Corvette,
It is
this is actually,
yeah, the detail they put into these was incredible.
yeah. I don't know if that's a sticker or not, but the venting and the actual Stingray logo is pretty sharp. And then they got the Corvette logo on the front of the car. Sorry, I didn't mean to move away from the mic like that. Are these so you've only seen these on Lego.com? No, like I said, this is you exposed me to this one. I did not know about Speed Champions. All right, so the next one on your list was, I'll be darned, a space shuttle. So I had a space shuttle yesterday. Mine was the big, expensive space shuttle. Yours is
Space shuttle.
a little space shuttle. Yeah, this is an 8 plus set. It's a three. This is actually a 3-in-1 set. This is not just a space shuttle. This is the Space Shuttle Adventure. It's 486 pieces. I do not believe, I'd have to look this up, but I don't think there's an actual Space Shuttle Adventure. And the reason I say that is one, it doesn't say NASA on here. And two, I just don't recall one called Adventure. But this one actually is three builds. It is a space shuttle, it is a rocket, and it looks like some sort of lunar lander here. This one, oh, it comes with,
Yeah, this one does everything the bigger one does, except on a smaller scale. It has the satellite.
yeah.
You can turn it into multiple different builds.
Now
And
this shuttle has, it looks like one minifigure. It's a female astronaut, and that looks like a satellite.
yeah,
So yeah, so this now this minifigure, this astronaut. Now, other than it being a female, how different is this from the other astronauts that you've seen?
I don't think it's that special. I think it's just an astronaut. I could be wrong. I'm not really that sure.
Okay.
I think it's just a
Well,
normal
we'll have
astronaut.
to look that up. We'll have to look that up and see what how different it is from the others. They're good.
I got the visor here now.
All right. So here's our lunar lander, and this is a, yeah. It's really just a smaller version of the larger lunar lander. Just not as detailed.
It's $40 in case if you are wondering.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I like this one so much. It's just like it's just so cute and I like it. And
And then the rocket is basic geometric shapes, not very detailed, but it's still cool.
yeah, and just so you know,
It looks like it's what, one, two, three, four, five, maybe six minifigures tall.
like you get all the pieces and you could build one. And if you one day wake up and decide you don't want it to be a space shuttle, you want it to
Right.
be a lunar lander.
Right. Yeah. So you just have to change whatever it was you built before. So, and on the back of the box, and this is set number 31117. Yeah, on the back of the box, it just shows all three builds and says 3-in-1. So that is a pretty cool. So we're gonna move on here and let's see the last one. Now this one I was surprised you put on here so quickly because I didn't even hear about this one until yesterday. Yesterday it was a rumor or a leak, and today it became official. And as soon as it went on the website, it became on your list.
I'm always checking.
And that would be Vader's meditation chamber.
Some places still isn't on Lego.com yet. Interesting. So,
Well, I saw it on there today, and here it is. Yeah. Now, this is an 18 plus set with 663 pieces, which is about the same as what you're building here. Again, 18 plus in the black box. Now, this 75296 is the number for this particular set, Darth Vader Meditation Chamber. Now, I there's a lot of chatter about this, and I guess I don't know what they call this. So these 18 plus, quote unquote, 18 plus sets that come in the black box. We have the helmets. We now have a probe droid. And now we have the meditation chamber. But what specifically?
makes
Right. Because there's some other ones that seem like they could be 18 plus sets, and they didn't make them that way.
flying sets only for looks. It isn't. It doesn't have any
not
play features.
It's not boring. It's just a display piece. Yeah.
It just looks good like this.
Now,
You don't. This is something. I mean, sure, it's sturdy still, but
this comes with two minifigures. It's Vader, and I believe that's General Veers.
I don't.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure which one that is. I've seen this guy before. So, for me though, if I'm looking at it and I don't know anything about Star Wars, I would not know what that was.
If
Um,
you just
it just,
so
yeah, yeah, because I mean, Vader's meditation chamber. So this thing actually opens and closes just like it did in the movie. It goes from kind of a ball and then it opens up upwards. So it opens and exposes Vader inside, and it's on kind of a crane mechanism that takes the top up and down. Uh, yeah, I mean, if if I was not a Star Wars fan, I would have no idea what this is. And the reason I say that is because you can walk into a Lego store and you can see a helmet and you know what that is. You can see, uh,
iconic.
yeah, you can see a spaceship and know, even if you don't know Star Wars, you know that that's a spaceship. This is one of those things where you have to be, I think you have to be a Star Wars fan to know what this actually is. The dimensions on here 7 inches tall and 7.5 inches wide, or 7.5 inches deep. So 7 inches tall. One of the busts we were working with yesterday was 7 inches tall, right? It was Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett with the extended, yeah, and that extended eyepiece. So it's about as tall as that, and about as deep. It's about a half inch deeper than that, and it has a square footprint. That's what it looks like here. Rectangle, square footprint. Um, no, there are some cool details in here, and I want to see. There's like a screen in the back. It's really hard to see. Hmm. Right. So this actually, it's a neat set. If you're into Star Wars and you completely get it, I mean, if you don't, then you're gonna struggle trying to figure out what this bad boy is. Right, right, right.
I know there was at one point Lego released a tide crawler, and that surprised me because I didn't think they would make a tide crawler. If you, I mean,
See, this thing right
like
out of the box is so the eyepiece, would you call that goggles?
I was calling it like the visor.
The visor. So the visor on this within several minutes is already present.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this online, right, and it's already present just after a few minutes. Let's say move this on the screen here so everybody can see that. There we go. And like we're saying earlier, on the other builds, you didn't see that. It was just a box. And this is already starting to show some of the features with the three lines on the top and the visor. So that's actually it's pretty neat. Yeah, there's a lot of stickers on this one. I prefer when they do the custom pieces. I don't really I'm not against the stickers. I mean, when we were playing when I was doing the mystery machine, yeah, there was a lot of stickers. There's a lot of stickers on that one. I was really surprised I got through that without completely messing it up. But that was the stickers, it works. The only downside to it is when you're displaying it like that, if it's in the sun or just in a really dry environment, then you're gonna have sticker issues.
I'm not saying it's just because, but is that actually like the first set you've ever done?
Lego?
Yeah.
No.
No,
No.
I mean, like with like putting the stickers on perfectly and everything, and like
No, it is the first sticker set I ever did. Um yeah, I don't recall ever having to do stickers in the past. So that was the first sticker set that I actually built. The Mystery Machine was pretty cool. It was sit down on the couch, you guys were all in bed, and I just kind of zenned out on the couch with my Mystery Machine and built that bad boy.
it's
Yeah, it was cool. It was I was I was surprised because I was expecting to be a little bit disappointed by the build, but it actually was one of the coolest ones I've ever built. All right. So moving on. So that was your top five. So those of you out in stream and podcast land, let us know down in the comments, what are your top five? What's on your wish list? So our wish list, we had some guidelines to our wish list. The guidelines were it had to be a realistic wish list. So nothing in the $800 range because most of us can't afford that. But it was five. We picked five sets under $200. So it's something that you can maybe not get all at once, but it's something that you could get at least one of them, every so often. So that was our guidelines, and it does not have to be Star Wars Lego. It can be anything. I think all of them in my list were actually on the creator series. So
So exactly fit because it isn't a square, but this is what I was talking about last time when I was saying you build it in chunks.
mhm.
Like they'll have you like build this chunk and put it on in this chunk, then you'll have this chunk down here, and
Right, right.
over time it's gonna.
So it's the same concept as before. There's this core, and then the chunks snap onto the core. But the core on this one wasn't the square that we had before. And I'm wondering if it's because of the narrow jaw on this guy. So we have here, let me pull this back up real quick while you're doing that. I'm wondering if we go back. Yeah, so if we go back and we look at this picture here, so if you look, the jaw on this thing is very narrow. It's not boxy like some of the other helmets that we've had to deal with in the past. And I'm wondering if they got away from that base design because of that. So they had to narrow it out, and maybe that's why the way that we're doing this is a little bit different than the other helmets.
You are able to pick and have Lego make like it doesn't matter if it's a not popular character or anything, but they could make any helmet of your choosing. What character would you choose?
A helmet?
Yeah.
Um, if I had to any helmet?
Yep.
That's a good question. See, okay, so the heads, I was listening to another podcast today and they brought up a really good point. The heads are a little bit creepy. So the floating head is a little weird. The helmets are cool because you look at it, okay, that's a helmet. Iron Man helmet, Vader helmet, Stormtrooper helmet. And then some of the other ones that are actual heads.
Darth Maul staring at you. When
It's a now, and I did say I wanted Darth Maul, and I get it. That bust is actually pretty cool, but he does make a point. It's like a floating head. So I'm not sure now. What I don't know about, I don't know if helmets or busts or heads. I don't know which one I would want, but I do know a set that I would like, and on this channel is probably I'll probably get some nasty grams for saying this. The USS Enterprise, a UCS USS Enterprise would be a phenomenal set. Yeah, I know it's Star Trek. Yeah, I know it's Star Trek, but I think USS Enterprise, and I don't care. I think if they could get that IP, I don't know how much it would cost. I can't imagine it would cost any more than Star Wars because there's so many different generations of that spacecraft, and they could do so many of them. Not to mention the shuttles that went with the spacecraft, and then the minifigures, Captain Kirk, Spock. Uh,
I know who Spock is, but I don't know who Captain Kirk is.
Captain Kirk, he's the main dude. So yeah, but there's so many minifigures that they could do with that from all the different shows, including the most current one, Discovery, and now Picard. So Picard, the shuttle, I can't remember the name of the shuttle that they're on, but there's a shuttle that they're using in the most recent version of Star Trek, and that shuttle would be a cool build. Not necessarily a UCS build, but the USS Enterprise would be really really cool. Now that's one that I wish would be a set.
It's because CS is only the Star Wars. It isn't for
Okay,
anything.
UCS like Master Builder UCS. Yeah, basically an adult set is what I'm getting at.
Plus
Yeah.
black box.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was one that I was actually thinking about before we started the show. And then there was another one. No, you know what? When I was younger, I played a lot of Halo,
Even
but I'm not really interested in any kind of Halo Lego. Um,
I think
I'm trying to think of some other shows. Oh, Battlestar Galactica. That was the other one I was thinking of because um, you've got the main craft. There's a bunch of different spacecraft in that show, but the Cylons, they could do a Cylon bust. There you go, a Cylon bust. That would be a really cool one to do. And I think I could be wrong, but I thought I read the other day that they were trying to reboot Battlestar Galactica. So we'll have to see. I think I heard about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I did read something about it the other day. So if they did that and they were able to get that IP, that would be cool.
Spaceballs so badly.
Because I would definitely get the Cylon bust. That one would be really cool. So the other hold on, let me check this out real quick.
It's a Lego Ideas project that I voted on and it passed and it was Spaceballs. So I'm just waiting for Lego. I really hope they say yes because if they do and that becomes a set and Spaceballs is like an actual set, I don't care. It's getting reviewed on the channel itself.
Yeah, that one. What 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 did they build this? So what was the set based on?
It's
Evil 5.
yeah, it's the RV.
Okay. So the RV.
Here we top part and
There you go. Yeah. This thing is cruising along. This is going a lot faster than the last one you built.
right halfway.
Yeah. This is actually moving along pretty quick here. So anyway, you said it was the RV.
Yeah.
Uh,
The what they're trying to propose is that it comes with all the main characters from the movie.
mm-hmm.
And
Barf.
yep. And of course they had to give Yoga the children's favorite toy,
Right.
a flamethrower.
Yeah, that would be a trip. So what other ones in there? What would because I know that was one that you voted on, but there was another one you mentioned in Lego Ideas that was actually pretty neat. I just can't remember what it was.
Was it licensed IP or was it like a Lego City type thing?
No, it was a licensed IP. I'm gonna look it
The
up while you're doing it.
Express.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Polar Express. And it wasn't Sesame Street. It was. Oh my goodness, Aiden, Thomas the Train.
My friend, I have a friend. He went onto my Lego Ideas account and he voted for every single Thomas the Train. So if you look in my history, Thomas the Train, like all the way down.
Yeah, the Thomas. When you guys were little, when you guys were younger, Thomas was on all the time. Okay, the Lego toilet is cool. I
It's
would,
weird.
I would absolutely vote for the Lego toilet. That is neat. There's a German cottage. The roller coaster. Okay, the Spartan helmet is pretty cool. Uh, Leonidas. That's a pretty neat set that they've got put together there. Naratu Hobbit. No, that's not what it was. Me either. I need to. Oh, there's some brickheads. Jarrell's brother. Okay, I don't even know what that is. I'm getting old. Uh, Wild West Saloon. There's a Shrek one in here.
So
Okay, so the Shrek one that's in here is neat, but the minifigures are horrid. Like,
Custom, you can't really like complain too much about them.
yeah, the Shrek dude looks really bad. I don't know.
Then again,
Is that like
like if you think about like the characters are now on the Corvid and Lego went and made custom molds for the
right?
names. So they since they changed the rule that there can't be any custom molds.
Okay, so here's a cool one, and this is not an IP, but it's the Mount Fuji cranes. That one is really cool looking.
If Lego did tanks, you know how cool that would be.
Yeah, they don't do tanks. I don't expect them to start doing it anytime soon. It, well, it's not just modern warfare; it's just warfare in general.
Yeah,
That's something they try to stay away from because they're trying to keep it kid friendly.
they
The
have 18.
They do have 18 plus, but they're still keeping it at least up to this point. They're still keeping it in that area. Spooky graveyard. So there's one your mom would like. Spooky graveyard. She likes that kind of stuff. She likes the monsters. Yeah, anything monster related is a mom set. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing. Uh, do they have different areas, or is it all just one shot? Because what I'm seeing here, none of this stuff is. I mean, other than Thomas.
Time lapse. Type things in and see if they have it. Like
Oh, there it
I think
is. I think that's it. Hold on. I think it was Flintstones. Nope, not Flintstones. Sorry. I was wrong. That's okay. We'll find it later. But
like I'm actually curious. Do they have Star Trek stuff on there?
no, as far as I know, they've never done Star Trek. Oh, Lego Ideas. Yes, they do have Star Trek on Lego Ideas. They have the Daedalus Battle Cruiser. Wait a minute. That's from Stargate. Sorry. Where? Star Fox. SpaceX. Starship. A lot of SpaceX in here. So no, right now there are no Star Trek.
Yeah, they are actually having a Unity competition. That didn't go very far though.
There's a couple SpaceX starships that actually look pretty decent. Starbug.
SpaceX is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yes, it is. There. It depends on it. Well, yeah, it depends on. I think it's going to be an 18 plus just because of the way that they kind of handle the way they normally handle things with yeah, there you go. Yeah. So it's the same base as all the other helmets. Yep. So nothing special about the base. It's just a base. And the base plate is pretty much it's a printed piece, just like the other ones, right? Yep.
Oh, you mean like the part that's a scout trooper
The
on?
nameplate.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's printed
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
which I appreciate
That one
because
is printed.
putting on UCS stickers suck because if you mess that up, mm, if you mess up the UCS sticker, your UCS has now lost a lot of value.
There we go. So we are. Where are you at? How many bags were in this one?
Yeah,
5 bags. And how many are left? Two. I wasn't sure if we were going to get through this, but it looks like we might actually get through this one.
fine.
Yeah, it's going pretty quick. So the Scout Trooper is now the other one that we have not done yet.
Oh,
So,
let's see.
so the other one we haven't done yet is the Vader helmet. And I think we should do that one. Yeah, we got to do R2 as well, but that's man, that'd be a long stream.
Like we break it up into chunks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we want to do that one. So the Vader helmet is 834 pieces. So the Vader helmet has more pieces.
So what we do is that when I was thinking for the R2 is that you know how you're over there doing all the commentary and stuff. I was thinking that for like the R2, maybe I could like build for 30 minutes, and you could come over and build for 30 minutes, and I could start doing like the
That would still be a
commentary.
really long stream.
It would be, but at least we're like each getting breaks.
Yeah, we would, but I don't know if anybody would sit for 4 hours and watch us get back and forth trying to build an R2.
We could chunks, but just
It's possible.
first thing about the fact that we're no, how did I forget the name?
Of what?
What's the thing that we're on now?
Podcast.
Yeah, podcast. The coolest thing about the podcast is that now if they're like driving and they can't like physically watch it, they can
Mhm.
listen to it now.
Yeah, yeah. It changes the way that we do things a little bit. We got to be a little bit more descriptive when we're streaming, so that people that are listening aren't just sitting here listening to Legos hit the table. We're trying to block out as much of that noise as possible, but when we're building, it's a little bit.
It's,
Yeah, it's a little bit.
it's like a update,
Yeah.
sideways update edition.
Hold on. We can switch the camera. There's no need to hit the table. There we go. And just hold it back towards you. Hold it back towards you. There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Boy,
Yeah, it's about 3/4 of the way done.
yeah, so
It's getting there. Yeah, good, good, good. Switch back over here to camera 2. Yeah. And then let's see. So what else is coming out with Lego? Uh it's kind of doing it for us, but yes, we do have a Lego giveaway update. We are 3 subscribers away from our next giveaway. We're doing a giveaway at every 50 subscribers. Right. So we have currently on YouTube, we have 97. So we are 3 away from 100. The first giveaway was, if I remember correctly, Zach the Lego Fanatic. And he won a Series 21 minifigure. And for 100, we are giving away either.
Eight Lego AT-AT versus Tauntaun microfighters, or we're going to be giving away one of the Series 7 Resistance Y-Wing microfighters. And on top of that, another Series 21 minifigure.
So it'll be a microfighter and a minifigure for the next giveaway, and that's at 100 subscribers. And then we will give one away for every 50 new subscribers until we hit 500. When we hit 500, we are going to be giving away. Hold on, let me switch the camera back over. Yeah, when we hit 500, we are going to be giving away the the ATST. Yep. So that is our update. All right, back to building. Just put that back over there. You got it? Okay. So that is our Lego giveaway update. And for those of you that are listening on the podcast, we are trying to build up the subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, that hurt, didn't it?
I somehow Legoed my own finger.
It hurts, doesn't it? We're trying to build up our YouTube base, but we're also just getting started in the podcast space. So, by all means, all you have to do is go over to youtube.com, find us at Sith and Bricks, and then go over to our website at www.sithandbricks.com/contest and register. The only reason we're having people register is because when people subscribe on YouTube, a lot of times, I would say most of the time, it's being done anonymously. So we don't know who you are if you don't register. We're not out trying to capture people's information. All it is a name, whatever name you want to go by, and your email address. That way, we have a way to contact you if you win. Otherwise, we don't know based on subscriptions because people can subscribe anonymously.
Interesting piece I found. I have never seen this piece before. It's like the Lego Mario shells, except they cut it in half.
Interesting. Now, where is this piece going to go? What part of it? What part of
Piece
the?
that like
Okay.
separates the visor into two pieces
Okay.
or parts.
So that's interesting. I was
Piece it yet.
trying to find. So here it is. So I'm going to show this real quick because it looks like Vader actually is. Here we go.
It separates the visor
It
into
looks like
two pieces
okay.
or parts.
So that's interesting. Oh wow, we got some strangeness going on here. Hold on one second. Audio went weird. Yeah, yeah. Do this real quick. Yeah, I think it's because the video switcher turned on the audio from the other camera. So if you look here in the middle, I don't know, you can't really see it. I'm trying to. I wish I could zoom on this. The centerpiece here is very blocky. It's very square.
Forgot to switch the camera.
No, no, that was exactly where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I'm trying to show this. Yeah. So yeah, so this piece here on Vader is very blocky in the center, and it was like this for the other two helmets as well. Other three helmets, yeah. So this one is, but this particular one, I think, and again, I think it's because this jaw, yeah, this jaw is narrow, is a different style. Yeah, here it is again. You can see it over here. You can see this, and you can see the colors are yellow, red, black, white. So it's got this very square core to it, whereas this one was just a kind of a little bit all over the place. So
So if you
let me jump back over here real quick. Jump back over here.
if you
Okay.
had three sets, like does it have to be Star Wars and you have an infinite budget?
Oh, I don't know.
What sets would you pick?
Yeesh.
It's a tough one here.
Infinite budget. Yeah, that one's hard. I'm not even.
You
Well, it's not that I don't want to answer it. I just don't know. I mean, I'd have to look. I mean, I don't even look at some of that stuff that's expensive because I can't afford it. So what's the point in trying to figure it out? The only one I know off the top of my head, well, and it's not just a matter of money. Like Maz Eisley's Cantina, it's just so big. There's no stinking place to put it. So
yeah,
I mean, some of it's just unrealistic as far as like it's one thing to be able to afford it, it's another thing to have a place to put it. We're running out of room as it is for just Star Wars stuff. So looking at some of these really, really big builds that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I don't know.
at this point.
Now, from a cool factor perspective, some of the Mindstorm stuff I think would be neat just to kind of mess around with because some of that stuff gets up there in price like 360, $400. Um, yeah, really from a Star Wars perspective, I don't know. The Stranger Things set was pretty cool, but I don't think that one was actually that expensive. Let's see.
Stranger Things.
It's $200. So that one's not even up there in price like some of these other.
Lego currency.
Yeah, and Lego money, that one's not up there in price. So the Imperial Star Destroyer would probably be on that list. Um, oh, there you go. The There's another use. Some of the retired UCS sets and retired sets, I think, that are ridiculous amounts of money now, or would be on that list. Maybe the Millennium Falcon, the UCS. The UCS Millennium Falcon. Uh, the most current one. Uh, where is? Let's see. I'm going to switch over to 18 plus. So yeah, Imperial Star Destroyer. That one's 700. R2D2 is out of stock. Did you know? Did you know that? Yeah, that thing's out of stock. Miles Eisley's 350. That's about just under half of what the Millennium Falcon is. So those two alone, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11. That's like $1,200. I don't know what other like any other. Let's see. Hold on, not done yet. I'm looking and looking and looking. Yeah, I wanted to see under Technic. So yeah, because I knew they had an expensive car. Yeah, it's a Lamborghini. Yeah, I don't want that. Um, don't want the Land Rover. The Oh, here we go. So there's some brickheads that I don't have that I would like to have. So we got the Mandalorian brickheads, like from Star Wars. Let's see if I can we break it up by theme? Yeah, here we go. Oh, they've only got one. They've only got one Star Wars. They only have the Mandalorian one actually showing up. Um, yeah. Well, it's the only one I guess is currently available.
Weird.
There was. Let's see where to go. So Frankenstein is the one downstairs your mama has. Goofy and Pluto's kind of cool. Goofy and Pluto's kind of cool. But yeah, as far as expensive sets, that's kind of it's kind of it because I'm not into city. I'm not into the modulars. I'm not into some of the other ones that are super expensive. We don't do like Marvel. We really don't do Marvel stuff. Super Mario. I don't think there's really any expensive ones in Super Mario.
Super Mario, like once you have the
I know Disney now. Disney does have an expensive set. I think the castle is 350. The train is 330. Donald Duck. I'm not sure. Uh, Rick sketches. Yeah, I'm not into that.
is it just
What do they got going on with Jurassic World? There we go. Sorry about that. Had a phone going off.
stickers? Yeah.
So the Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage is $250, and that's actually a pretty decent T-Rex for Lego. The teeth look like are those teeth custom?
No, I don't think so. I think that's just a normal toothpiece.
Okay. This comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigures. Oh wow. Yeah, we can switch back over. You gotta back it away. Yep. There you go.
It looks sad. It looks like I had a bad day.
Yeah.
You can still see some of the color on the side, but we got a snout now.
Yep. We got we're almost there. Almost there.
I did not think we were all of this.
No, I didn't. I did not think we were gonna get through all this today either.
Speed.
But it's getting there. So the classic TV series Batman cowl you were telling me about today. I'm looking at it now.
I don't know why.
They've got to come up with a better way of no, the pole that they sit the cowl on is not transparent. And we have the same issue with the probe droid where in some circumstances it just looks weird.
I think what they should have done is like try to put like make a brick built Bruce Wayne in there.
I don't know. Or even I would be fine if this was just all black. Like inside here was just a black blank face and then sit down on top of something. But the pole, I mean the cowl itself is not bad at all. I'm not a huge DC fan, but that's not bad.
Like the original Batman right there.
Yeah, that's the original. That's the original TV show. Yeah, don't sing that song. You're gonna get us dinged. We get a copyright ding for humming. Uh, yeah, on the Marvel side, Carnage.
A lot of stuff, but
Yeah, so I heard somebody talking about the Daily Bugle today, and they're talking about how ridiculously big it is. It is almost. It is almost 4,000 pieces. It's 3,770 pieces, an 18 plus set. It has 25 minifigures. 25.
why can't they make Lego Star Wars stuff with that many figures?
Yeah, 25 minifigures. It has a taxi, and it is $300. Um, it is very interesting. It's got a car driving up the side of it. Yeah, that's a little bit odd.
That is not.
Yeah, that's a little
See,
bit.
one thing I would change is that middle part where the Green Goblin's like blasting for the window.
Yeah, that's
Big fan of that.
yeah. I don't know. Hold on, let's go here and look at this thing. It's got a car So driving up the side of it. There's a car driving up the
Yeah, that's a little
side
bit odd.
of the Daily Bugle. Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah, it's doing that. It's doing that when we switch cameras. We gotta fix that. So yeah, there's a vehicle driving up the side of the building for some reason. I don't really know why.
It's like some Marvel.
Not 100% sure. The the taxi looks cool.
Yeah, I actually really like.
See, do they have a close up on the taxi? Nope. They got the different levels of the Daily Bugle. They've got a spider on the wall inside of what I assume is Peter Parker's place. There's the Green Goblin. There's Spider Man. Is that Daredevil? Yeah, it sure
Yeah,
is.
Daredevil.
Holy cow. Yeah, it's a big old DC party over here. I was trying to see if they had a close up of that taxi because that taxi was really cool.
Movie.
Daredevil has a TV show. Yep. Or at least he used to. I don't know if it's still on or not, but yeah, there's a Daredevil was on a TV not too long ago. It was on TV. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it still is or not. So the taxi, all I get to see it is small, but yeah, the taxi looks pretty cool. All right, get back over here. So the Daily Bugle's 300. So yeah, going back to your question, the only thing that I'm seeing that is that expensive that I would want would be the Destroyer, the Imperial Star Destroyer, maybe the Millennium Falcon, and Maz Eisley's. And Maz Eisley's not even. I mean, it's still not up there in the 700-800s. It's huge, but this resistance transport is kind of cool too. But yeah, So where we at? What page are we on? 65?
Yep.
Yeah, page 65.
So my last question was that if Lego were to make any vehicle in the Speed Champion series, what would you want it to be?
Any vehicle?
Yeah.
Speed champion?
Yeah. And Speed Champion's done things like Bronco before, so if you said something like Jeep, that wouldn't be.
I mean, Jeep would be cool. I think the Technic Jeep actually is really cool. The Mustang, that same 60 series Mustang that they did
Yeah, they made
for
one.
the Creator series. The I think a Dodge Challenger, not the new one, but the old one would be cool. I don't know. Dodge Dart might be cool. So some of the more classic, the older classic cars from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, like your like a 55 Chevy would be cool. 57 Chevy would be cool. You know, something in that time frame would be neat, especially since they're muscle cars. That is a I was trying to dig that up while we were talking about it. I wanted to see what else they had in that Speed Champion series here. It looks like oh, so they do have a Dodge. They have a it's a dragster. It's a 1970 Challenger actually. So yeah, there you go. It's a Why do they always make them purple? It's a purple Challenger. Um, 50 bucks. Then they also have the McLaren, the Toyota Geo Supra, Lamborghini, Dodge Challenger, Ferrari. Yeah, all the Japanese and European cars, the Chevy Camaro, Ferrari, McLaren, and there's an Audi. Yeah, I don't know. There's the Camaro. All right. So yeah, there's not a lot in here. It's only one page. It's got 3, 6, 9, 12. So there's 15 of them. It's a good mix of cars, though. European, Japanese, American. It's a good mix of cars.
I like them. Do I want all of them? No. They're all really cool either way,
I was looking the other day too at Star Wars sets that don't exist. So things they have not yet made sets out of.
though. That's a surprisingly big list right now.
It is, and there was a. I wish I could find it. There was a discussion online about it, and they were talking about things that were kind of obvious that should have been made into sets that hadn't been into sets yet, made into sets yet, and some of them the
Naboo Royal Cruiser.
yeah. Can you imagine if they made this set and not play scale or just a little bit bigger than play scale and all shiny Lego?
Thing.
That would be cool.
Lego was always making like a remake of something.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
isn't an issue.
No, no. They now the Naboo Royal Starship is another one where I think like the shiny Lego could come into
Yeah.
play.
But you know,
It would be super expensive, but
the light bluish gray.
yeah, I mean they might be. I don't know because one of the distinctive features of Padme's ride is
Place
shiny.
kids are gonna be playing with it, so if they're moving that thing around, like scratching it, shaking it, bumping it into
Did they do the
things.
ghost?
Yes,
Okay, I don't remember the ghost.
they did a ghost.
Okay.
They did not do a home one though.
Yeah, the ghost was one I didn't remember. The Trade Federation battleship
That was in an advent calendar. You know what? That is my number one thing that I
That
want Lego to make.
that would make a UCS set. That would be a massive
If
UCS
they
set.
ever make that a place set, just gonna ignore everything
So the
else.
crescent, the for those that are listening, the Trade Federation battleship, if you don't know, is a crescent shape. It's like a moon shape with a ball in the middle, and it is massive.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, it says it's what uh, it's almost as wide as it is long, and it says 11,100 feet. So this thing, in reality, or well, in fake reality, is massive. So on a UCS set, it'd be really really big. Uh, the TIE Defender, we know that they did that already. The Y wing,
You know what? I wanted to make a remake of the TIE bomber, a TIE interceptor.
the Separatist Dreadnought. Is that one that we've seen? I don't think we've seen that one.
Hammerhead Corvette, that's also something I don't think is made.
No, I don't think so either. The I'm trying to find. They did do a Republic attack cruiser, right?
One.
I want to say they did.
They made one and it wasn't good. It was a horrible looking place to go one. It didn't look like it at all.
Finalizer, X-wing. Okay, yeah. There's a ton of stuff that they still have room to play with as long as they keep this IP. If I if I remember right, they said it takes them 3 years to come up with a concept and design it and get it out the door. So it means that the stuff we're seeing now was thought up 3 years ago.
Yep. Which is a long time to hold on to things.
And yeah, that is. So you got to wonder if they have any insight. Like, how much insight do they have on some of these new programs that are coming out, so that they can get ahead of the game and get the Lego sets designed and out the door in time for it not to die off. You know what I mean? So if, for instance, the new shows.
Like the Mandalorian
No,
or
no, no, no. The ones after that. The ones coming next year.
Book of Fett.
Right, right, right. So, like, how much insight do they have into that so that they can get the sets out? Because I mean, they don't want to wait till the series is over, right? I mean, we're already to the point where a lot of the stuff is being recycled, and for good reason. I mean, a lot of times, like the Millennium Falcon, I've seen that one. We've made that how many times now?
Oh,
Yeah. So, but the Millennium Falcon that was around originally, you wouldn't have been able to get when you were born. So, and the same thing goes for the kids that are being born now that are, eventually going to be old enough to get it. They won't be able to get it because it'll be crazy expensive. So they'll probably re-release it again. Yeah, in a different way. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense. I get it. Generations after generations, these kids, it gives them an opportunity to get their favorite ship without having to spend $1,000 to get it because it was retired, 15 years ago. So that chunk that you're working on now, is that just one side?
it's just side and then repeat it on the other side.
Is it? It looks like it's pretty identical. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This thing is pretty cool.
it is time.
I always get a kick out of the colors on the inside and not matching on the outside. We are 1 hour and 47 minutes into this. A lot longer than I expected. Yeah.
So we broke the
Well, we broke our record for streaming, but yeah, we actually broke our limit too. We were going to try to keep this to an hour. Um, what's really interesting here is because we were guessing at how long this was going to take, and see, 350 to 380 brick set is usually somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. This one's about twice that much. So with the sidetrack of talking and getting
yeah.
off topic every once in a while, you're right on schedule.
Hmm. So
There is, yeah, we did that one already.
we did that one.
No, I was looking at something else. I was looking at something else that we had talked about previously. Looking at the notes for the show. It's good. I'm glad that the fish tank got taken out. That was that one threw me off. No, so originally he's texted me a list of what his top five were, and for whatever reason, a fish tank came across, and it completely did not line up with anything else that was in this list: the meditation chamber, the shuttle, the cars, the Bad Batch shuttle, and the 501st, and then fish tank. And I was like, "What?" It was a creator set, and I was like, "Okay, well, maybe he likes fish." And then he says, "I didn't text that to you. I don't even know how you got that." So we look at his phone, and sure enough, there's no outgoing text with a fish tank on it. So somehow I got a text with a fish tank, but he never sent a text with a fish tank. So so as I was putting this together, I ended up going back and taking the fish tank out because that was definitely not one of the top five.
Oh, just
Yeah,
interested in a fish tank that doesn't even at least have glass.
right. You're clocking in over here. Let's see.
We're on like the home stretch here.
Daniel's fun. Hello. Thanks for joining the stream, Daniel. Um, whatever reason, this didn't show up in my chat box over here. So I apologize for getting to you a little bit late.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got all the stickers on now.
awesome. So that's what it is. I just figured out why the audio, we got that weird audio glitch.
What was it?
It's the, so when we're doing this show, there's 100 different things going on my side of the house with audio and video and switching and all this other stuff. And one of the things we have set up here with the video switcher is when I switch, I have some macros set up that tell the switcher what inputs to use, what overlays to use, picture in picture, no picture in picture, audio, no audio. And we don't use the audio from the switcher because that's coming directly from the camera. And the audio that comes through the camera gets super compressed and does not sound all that great. So we're using a separate audio source. And what's happening is the switcher is switching over to camera 3, which is the laptop that we're using to display some of this other stuff. And for whatever reason, that macro is picking up and flipping the audio on when we go over here, which turns the audio on the laptop. So the laptop mic was actually picking us up as we were switching from camera to camera. So that's why we're getting some of that weirdness going on. That's probably way more information than anybody wanted to know, but there you go. It was driving me crazy as we're doing this because we spent all this time setting this thing up, and the last thing I want is for the audio to get
Give up.
glitchy on me. Yeah. Well, it functioned. It's just
It,
functioning when we
it
didn't want it to.
functioned
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So, and now that we're doing podcast audio is super important. So we want to make sure that we try to get that right the best we can here. So it looks like Mark might have joined. Hey, Mark. Good to see you guys.
I'm on the home stretch, yo.
I see that. We are almost done here. I'm hitting buttons all over the place over here. Try not to take everything out with me. Where we at now?
We steps away.
Oh, there we go. Almost there. Very cool. Oh, we're way over half. Yeah. Last couple steps here. There's your let's see, get this over here. There's the Scout Trooper plaque with the Lego Star Wars printing on
Stop cupping to you.
it. Yeah. They like to stick to my arm here. So as you're finishing that up here, I'm gonna go ahead and so we are on and we're just getting this going. So it's gonna take like I said, I think it's gonna take a couple weeks to get some of these actually set up. Well, we are going to be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, Stitcher. We are on iHeartRadio. Actually, we're on iHeartRadio and Stitcher and Amazon Music right now. We're still waiting for Apple, Spotify, and Google to. It takes like I think it's like a 24-hour to a week process to get those approved or to get those to go through. There's a couple of them that were new to me too. Deezer, Player FM, and Podcast Index. So we're on several different platforms now, and we're excited about it. We're excited about getting the podcasting going. We're going to try. This particular one was a little bit long and a lot more dead time than what we're normally going to have. But when we do builds like this, trying to talk through it and everything is yeah, a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to learn how to do that better. There you go. Yeah. So there you go. And that is the helmet. Now the back of these always look funny to me. That almost looks identical to the Stormtrooper. It's just not as fat.
Yeah, this is like the size Stormtrooper I think should have been.
Yeah, yeah, it's just not as fat as the Stormtrooper. So this thing is actually really cool looking. Yeah, so if you want to show, there you go. You can show it on the camera over there. So yes, thank you everybody for listening and watching. Please like, subscribe, and if you're on our new podcast, please 5 stars. We appreciate it. And we will talk to you soon. Want to go ahead and take us out?
Let's move to the other camera here.
There you go.
So I know this was longer than expected, but I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Good night.